welcome to Critical Tumble, where a bunch of longtime friends and internet nerds transcend geography through the power of Discord to play Dungeons and Dragons and kind of shift the group dynamic every so often because stuff. Yeah, we knew we were missing an Ava coming in. We almost weren't missing an Ava, which on one hand would have been great, but on the other hand, that meant I had to think up a whole different way of approaching this, just in case she could, and I don't have the spoons for this, but this is the life of a DM. Thanks, guys. Previously, after defeating Varidel, the ancient white dragon, they went basically exploring the inn that basically served as the capital of Gray's Inn. After finding a lot of documentation that suggested that the Gray's Inn populace was very close to basically calling you in, giving you every bit of information you could possibly need, and say, go to, just before they got stomped on. I also found a bit of a secret door to what, as it turned out, was a very, very old drow city, which at one point in the distant for most of you past, certainly not in most of your living memories, was sort of being squatted in by Shannira's clan before horrible, horrible things happened to them that you saw. We left Farada and Rylan looking after Legolas while the rest of the group did a bit of a sweep, just to see how they were, if they were going to be able to get Legolas down there, etc., 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 and somebody was going to come back for you when the preliminaries were done. It seemed the wisest way to deal with absences. Go us. The rest of them, after some not overly pleasant explorations, did a bit of a split up while Alice went to get these two and Legolas because they didn't want to leave you guys alone and worrying for too long. This bunch split up. Hazel and Darvin went to investigate the what appeared to be the local inn, and wound up in what looks for all the world like a somewhat creepified version of Goldendale. Ava and Clarity went into a residence and wound up in a creepified version of the House Vanadar entry hall. We haven't got to what Remy and Barnabas have run into yet. So, in the direction you guys were going, what were you guys doing? Let's cope with you guys for a little while. Are you checking doors, or are you just patrolling insofar as I figure on the beat for Barnabas?
Probably checking doors as we go. I mean, that's safer.
Mm-hmm. Right, not always. There are some doorknobs you probably don't want to be touching for any reason whatsoever, and you're not the one who can see that.
Also true.
So it really is down to Remy. It's like Barnabas reaching for a doorknob and going, wait, some of these walls are covered in black gunk and I can't see shit.
Yeah, she would have warned him away from any dirty-looking doors, but definitely looking for something that seems like a way out or a window.
It's not so much a way out. You guys are... sorry, I think I may have misconstrued. This is as you're immediately walking away from the center. You're not in a building, you're in the city. Oh, I'm asking if you're checking doors to see if you're looking into houses.
Yeah, make a quick peek if the door seems safe-ish.
Okay, a lot of the ones you find are locked. There is one moderately sized building. It can't tell exactly what it was supposed to be, but probably some kind of public building of some description. And that door opens. You going in?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you see Remy opening one of a set of double doors.
Barnabas immediately moves to provide cover in case something either A, jumps out, or B, tries to attack from the back.
Okay. Nothing seems to be attacking, and what Remy is seeing is effectively a desk, a few chairs, a big desk, a few chairs. It's some kind of public building, but given dust and black and white and no people, you can't really tell what this building was supposed to be. Not without, investigating. So it's up to you whether you want to investigate.
No, if there's nothing jumping out, literally or figuratively,
No.
after a few seconds, then Remy will duck back out.
Okay. And keep walking?
Yep.
Okay. You get to a point going further along where not even there's a moment when not even Remy's dark vision can actually keep up. You're apparently away from the bioluminescent fungus. And the general sense you're getting is that you're still on a street, but you can't see shit.
Remy casts a light upon her shield.
No, she doesn't.
Remy pauses and nudges for Barnabas to start going backwards.
What's up?
I don't think we want to go this way by ourselves.
Good enough for me.
You turn around, and as you walk back out, actually, both of you give me a perception check. See how far you go before you notice anything. About the same time. You're walking back out to where there's some semblance of light, and the first thing you notice is there's a bit more light in that direction than there should be. Not much, but a bit. The other thing is that particularly under Barnabas's hooves, the sound of footsteps on the street sound different. Less carved stone and more pavement stone.
What in the bloody...
And when you come out of the side street that you're in, you ain't in no Drow city anymore. Remy doesn't recognize this place worth shit. What Barnabas sees is way off to the right is the blister coils.
Remy, stop. Stop right now.
Remy stops.
The problem
aware
is
enough of something.
The problem is it's wrong. This whole place is it's what you know, but it's wrong. There's that smell. And you can't see enough of Hightower or the university or the library to know, and of course you start thinking, wait a minute, there's a body of liquid probably somewhere up ahead if I am where I think I am, and I must be where I think I am. And yeah, if you look behind you, that's the street down which your your interesting Is It League individual. But again, it's wrong. It's too dark. There's the faintness of that smell. There's no one on the street.
Barnabas, what are we looking at?
Oh, we're looking at a funhouse mirror version of 5th District, 5th Precinct. Ravnik. Something's fucking with us.
So, we're in an illusion, but we're in the same illusion.
Remy has a way to check whether that is an illusion or not. Remember the little crystal pyramid?
Oh, yeah, Remy. Whips that out. Thank you.
It's not glowing. This is not an illusion.
Oh, that's...
Something is in my head. Or we've been somehow transported over many planes back here. I'm thinking something's in my head.
Yeah, but that means I'm in your head.
Not necessarily.
Unless I'm a figment of your imagination. But I'm gonna choose I'm gonna choose to believe that I'm me.
Good. Yeah.
Does anybody do either of you want to make me an Arcana check, given that you are where you are in the figuring out at this point?
Famous last skill check.
Whoa!
Barnabas has been hanging around with these people for a while, and he remembers the stories they told about the Fae bullshit. This isn't an illusion. This is not Ravnica. This is a pocket dimension. And given that role, it's not quite in your head. It's sort of head adjacent. It is reading through your memories to see what it can do with the spaces it finds there.
Okay. This has got to be some kind of pocket dimension. If it's not illusion.
Okay, but that's equally concerning and equally strange that we just walked into it.
And to be fair, it makes particular sense for Remy, because it means wherever you are, you're out of touch with your divine patrons at this point.
Remy checks her ring to see what plane Alice is on.
As far as you can tell, Alice is still, at this moment, in the prime material plane. The problem is you are not. This doesn't show where you are, it shows where she is.
That's still information.
Fair?
Okay. Oh, what tools do we have? We can't exactly plane shift out of here. Remy just keeps looking around.
Just checks to see if the echo thing is still working.
The echo thing is still working. That's tied to you now. It's fair. I am not discounting the fact that it's a fair thing to worry about, but it's not. It doesn't affect anything that's innate to you. It just seems that the gods are in a plane over there. You are in some place that has been shielded. This is for Barnabas with the nat 20 on Arcana. This place is shielded against outside. So the gods aren't. And if Remy's checking her ring, there's no way of telling whether that actually is what it says it is, or it's just not registering anymore. There's no way.
Okay,
of knowing. Well, no, you don't. This is for Barnabas, not for you. Because again, you got a 6. This one got a nat 20.
Oh, it's just about to confirm that Remy feels she can't use any class or spells.
Given that Tritherian and Ziriel, no.
Okay.
You're in the same boat Hazel was last session.
Yeah, I'm making a note of that. Oh, this is not good.
No, it's not. You can't access anything.
I'm not feeling anything at all. It's
That's
like,
probably we're probably in it. It's probably shielded against outside. Then great. We are probably good and trapped.
oh. So we need to find the edge of the shield or the cause of the shield.
Yeah. Hmm.
Are you just standing or are you moving?
Remy's gonna move in a random direction unless Barnabas directs her to a specific destination.
The thing is, Remy is heading straight ahead, and that means, from what you know, that she is heading for Zonot 7. And if you remember the fountain, the well in the actual Drow City and what it was filled with instead of water?
Remy, no.
Not that way.
Okay.
Not that way.
I'm tempting fate, but both of you give me another perception check. Barnabas has advantage at this point. This is his bailiwick now. Yeah, Remy is just too stressed out to really notice much of anything at this point. Yeah, Barnabas, it's probably not his fevered imagination and the various stress-born "I am having a very bad day" thing that from the direction of the Simic Guild Hall pond, as it were, hearing this kind of gloop, crunch noise that you heard from those big weird quadrupedal, basically ooze giraffes in that direction. You probably don't want to go that way at all.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. That way, Zonot 7, that's Simic water, and that's probably all going to be the black gunk.
And you're hearing from there the
and it sounds like there's something squelching around. Okay, hang on.
Okay, then we don't go that way.
Oh god, Barnabas, make me an intelligence check. Good grief. That's a save. That's a save. Yeah, your modifier's better than that. Yes. Okay, your best bet is probably if you can get past Zonot 7 without getting anything's attention, you probably want the Ismeri Library. Apparently House Demir secretly run it, but there might be some information.
Right, and I don't think Barnabas would know that Demir actually runs that. Or maybe he's heard rumors. But anyway, there'd be knowledge there. And
it's next to the university, so if there's nothing there, then maybe it's the university. You probably don't want to go anywhere near the labs. The blister coils, you cannot imagine what's running through some of those pipes right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, no. All right. So the way to get to the library would be past Zonot 7?
Well, I provided the map. So, in that link I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's probably a little bit of clearance off towards the west, but a lot of what happens in Precinct 5 is inside. You probably don't want to go the upper route where the water from the blister coils is pouring down into Zonot 7.
No.
Because
okay.
that's probably horrible. But you can probably, if you're, you know all the side streets and that kind of thing, you should be able to get to the library. It just does mean you're going to have to keep to shadows and pray that whatever is glooping around in there doesn't notice you. Because Zonot 7 is most of Precinct 5.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Remy, I think we can get to at least where in the real Precinct 5 there was the Izmir Library, which might have some information. We're going to want to be as stealthy as possible for the pair of us. I know. But
Okay.
I don't like the sounds of what I'm hearing, and I can get us there. So follow me.
I'm following you.
Okay. Well, we'll leave you guys where you're at for the moment. And we'll get to Rylan and Faraday waiting with Legolas, who is basically doing the worried and frustrated moose pout. Looking at
They'll be back soon. How long could an initial expedition take?
Faraday, if it's, it depends on how big it is. If there's a city down there, it could take days.
Yeah. Really depends what's down there. It's any amount of time. I would hope they'd send something to us to let us know if it's gonna be huge. But
And Ryland still got Legolas directly in the face. Just.
They'll be back as soon as they can, Legs.
Mm.
I'm sure they're not intending to be away as long as they have been. I know.
For something to do, just starts butting one of the walls. Yeah, Legolas is not being very careful about that particular wall. And it's entirely possible that you might not need the dust of disappearing, because this is a dire moose. There's a lot of horn, and you're just getting whamp, crunch, crumble. Looks, oh, hey, I can get through here soon. Wham! And granted, this has been a while, because the nonsense these guys got up to trying to get down was extensive. But just around the point to which Legolas has widened the hole enough so that Faraday at least won't have to duck, you hear, Legs, what the hell are you doing?
Trying to force his way into the hole, apparently.
Well, at least it spares the dust of disappearing. I don't know, can I get out now? It backs up, looks at Rylan like, But, yeah, hi, Legs, yes. Sorry, has he been giving you trouble?
Outside of that, not much. Just complaining about how long you guys were taking down there.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna explain bits of it real quick so that we're not stopping going over the same ground so much. What am I hearing? I'm hearing male voice.
TV behind Brian.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. It's just I've been hearing it on and off, and I was like, wait a minute, is somebody trying to talk to someone who's here? No.
No, that's my roommate talking to somebody that he's playing on Xbox with.
I had a feeling it was something like that, probably more than just the TV. So yeah, okay. So down there, Drow Village, ickified.
Oh no.
Not entirely ickified, but Ryland, you've dealt with drow. Do you know about driders? Yes, you do.
Yes. Oh no.
Apparently,
Oh,
there were
no.
some down there. They got kind of dead.
Okay, if that's. Wait, is that like dead in the that way or dead in the ick resurgence way?
They didn't. Nothing tried to kill us
Okay.
yet. We kind of have to remember to flag up to Shanaira in as gentle a way as possible. So I don't know which one of us we're going to get to do that, but it probably should not be me. This was where she and her clan used to live.
Oh,
She
Fuck.
carved the names of the dead in one of the walls. The city itself predates Lolth's corruption.
oh. Okay.
And apparently the sludge came, the sludge left, and one of the few remaining clans of unsludged drow went back to live in it, and then the sludge came back. So it's kind of grisly down there, but we should probably get back because the rest of them were exploring. They're supposed to stay within shouting distance, but let's face it, you get that much ick in one place, shit gets weird. So, Legs, you want to finish this up? Trumple, smack! Yeah, I keep forgetting he's basically a battering ram. Also, you guys are going to want to be riding Legs because the way down, because the city's down, and there's a flight of very roughly carved, very narrow stairs with no banister that lead down. Darvin fell off.
So ride the moose. Got it.
Yes, and when we get to the stairs, you ride Legs. You will get treats, Legs. But yes. What did I do without you, Legs? Off you go, and Faraday does see. It's very antiquated for Elven, but you've got just about enough to see the same sorts of things that Clarity saw, the names of flowers and plants and virtues that are the kinds of things that humanoids name people. Which is this is about the only way you can tell that it's a list of names of the dead. And at the bottom, Alice points it out quickly in passing, the inexpertly carved by someone very terrified last, 50-odd names. And then you get through that particular corridor, which is much less rough-hewn, by the way. It really is a properly carved entryway. And then you get to a very long drop with, off to the side, that very precarious-looking set of stone stairs that almost does a spiral staircase kind of thing. That is why I suggested you might want to ride Legs. Does anybody want to take the stairs? I'm just checking, because I know what people are like. It helps these two get on and down over the gate and the buildings that kind of separated off that flight of stairs from the rest of the small city, and set down in a clear-ish spot in what apparently is, town center. Used to be a market at one point, sort of a fountain / well, judging by the little buckets that you see along the side, but it ain't filled with water no more. Occasionally you get runnels of the black stuff, just... Yeah, Legs, stay away from that. In fact, all of these are stone. Legs, you want to wait on a roof somewhere? You know what to avoid. Good boy. Guys? You were supposed to be within shouting distance! Looks to her ring. Pulls out reaches into her bag of holding, pulls out a small card, squints at it for a while. What do you mean out of service range? These are supposed to give a location. They give a nudge in the direction of the person wearing the other one, and the stone changes color dependent on what plane they're in. And this sort of plain white is not in service range. The fuck?
Do the color changing stones also count demi-planes?
Generally speaking, yes.
Cool. Where the fuck is everyone?
I don't know. I certainly don't know where he is, and you know somebody'd come running if they heard us shouting by this point. I don't want to blow my last sending if it's not going to get through.
Understandably.
And I'm not having us split up again. Because fuck that.
No. Absolutely not.
But we can't just stand here and wait for them to come back either.
So, what exactly do we do then? Do we just pick a direction and pray?
Points at her wings. It's not that dumb a suggestion. But no, you live in forest. Have you ever tracked anything?
If I did, it would have been years ago.
To translate that into character sheet, do you have survival proficiency?
Wait, I do? What?
Elves, man.
Wood elves,
Jeez.
specifically. So, yes, you're going to help me track. So, I will be rolling with advantage. Well, I can't entirely tell who's who, but, yeah, by the time you're done, you can't entirely tell who's who, except for in one case. And that one case is really easy, because that one case has hooves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Rhea and Barnabas were sticking together. So, at the very least, it's the one we can identify. Probably the clearest trail. And if we find them and we get them back, we've got more people to help look for the others. Fuck. Right, let's go.
On we go.
At which point she doesn't really have a holy symbol. What she has is a kind of clumsily done pendant with the gold wire made to look like wings. It's her protective totem, but it's about the best she can do. It's just, if there's something fucking with this, and there's probably something fucking with us at this point, if we're gonna get lost, can we at least get lost in the same place as Rhea and Barnabas so that we've got more of us to try to get out? Thank you. And off you go into the darkness of the side streets. We'll come, for the moment, back to Hazel and Darvin, who are in their own pocket of Goldendale, Goldendale, not having come up with any of the rest of the shit these guys have as yet. But you start getting an inkling that this is not... I mean, this is worse than just oozing golden bow. It's seeing
Also
the...
headed.
You were heading for the shrine, I remember.
Yep.
But what you see when you round the building, the well that's basically sort of front and center in town, it kind of like the fountain in the in the center of the Drow small city. You can see runnels of... The trees don't look right. None of this looks right.
Hazel, we probably want to move quickly but quietly.
I mean, Hazel's seeing all this more clearly than you are. Yeah.
I'm hearing from the well, probably.
Yeah, I mean, there's another well at the shrine itself, and that's equally making the noises, and the doors to the shrine do seem to be equally sealed with yick.
Clearly, all this wants to do is just show us fucked up town. Down the road to Hearthhome, I guess.
Okay. Makes about as much sense as anything else. I mean, we're both here. And I'm really hesitant to try to do a detect magic on any of this. And you tried things earlier and you weren't getting any response. So I'm assuming that we're not... I'm assuming this is an illusion, because if it were, you would be getting a response. So we're probably cut off from Schiff, right?
Be getting something. All
Right.
I know is that I'm cut off from Palor, which implies about 15 different things. So let's just go.
Yeah. But like
before
I
I try to force a channel open and probably cook myself.
said, yeah, let's
Or
not do that.
for Darvin, or worse.
Yeah. Or yeah, let's move. But like I said, quickly but quietly, because stuff.
Yep. Perception check from you both as you walk.
13.
Well,
Yeah, you're not seeing much, and it is dark, and Hazel's seeing better, but is very much focused on home, home, home. You do notice that the woods look drastically wrong on on one side of you, and it's Darvin, slightly higher, who does see something a little paler in the trees. More than one thing. Several things, actually. And if you look a little bit closer, those are smallish limbs.
Tap, 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 tap. And point in that direction as we're moving.
For Hazel, because Hazel has known this woman all her life, that's bits of Lyra hanging in multiple trees.
I could have done without seeing that, Darvin.
It takes a minute, but then you see a chunk of scalp with bright red hair attached.
blink, blink. Oh, I did.
I'm just going to shove him further down the road.
Yeah, I'm just.
Towards
Yeah.
Barthol. Not dealing with this. No,
Nope,
I refuse.
Nope. I know. Yeah. No, I agree. Let's go. Let's go. It's yeah, home-ish.
Yeah, the hand of fate doesn't like you overly much, I'm afraid. As it does allow you to get as far as the turnoff to the old treehouse. And what you see at that turnoff is moderately recently tilled earth and very rough wooden chunks basically stuck into them at intervals. This is a makeshift graveyard. There aren't enough grave markers to be all of them. I don't know if you're looking close enough to see names. Darvin's not, but I'm not getting an answer from Hazel.
I'm going to look closer.
Mom, Mama, Skylar, Furseth, Ramas, Dawn, Oscar, Zana, Lissy, Candor, Keth. Most, not all.
I'm just reading those names off as I read them, as I see them.
Because Hazel, I'm sorry, but I have to ask: do you want to continue going forward toward home?
There are two options, by the way. If that's most but not all, the few survivors if they exist, if they're reasonable, might be in the treehouse. Given how close you are to it right now. So that's another option. Mostly for Hazel, because I imagine that Darvin is just kind of...
He wants to get Hazel away from that as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, come on, and we'll swivel towards the treehouse and start heading in that direction.
Okay.
Okay. I'm following Hazel's lead on most of this because, well, for one, she can see better than me, but two, seems to be more her than me. Although I'm freaked the hell out too.
And probably more so once you get to within a couple of basically the 50 yards in towards the treehouse, and you find one of the ones that wasn't on a grave marker. Different redhead. Same scattered through various trees. And a lot smaller. Yeah, apparently it's whatever this is not letting Darvin off the hook particularly easily. Especially not as you proceed and it gets tree shadowed and darker to the point where not even Hazel can see particularly well. But you step out of that shade and that's not the treehouse up in front of you. That's a fair bit of open space. That's a lawn. That's a familiar lawn. That's a familiar small manor house. This isn't Hazel's home you're heading towards. This is the Taylor Green Manor.
Oh, criminy.
The 9
Well,
blood-soaked hells.
Well, Hazel, I never thought I'd... I mean, I part of me always wanted to say this, but I really wish it wasn't under these conditions, but welcome to my home.
I reiterate, what in the 9 blood-soaked hells is this?
Does anybody want to make me an Arcana check or something? You can always ask for these calls, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and cogitate, given my modifier is.
No,
Now
you're
for Hazel.
you're still seeing Mom and Mama on tombstones.
Yeah, the something's starting to boil back here just a bit.
Yeah, Darwin. Most of Darwin has is we're cut off from the gods. You've been in enough other planar areas where the rules have changed to actually give me a straight up wisdom check. For Darwin, you nat one. You got diddly squat, I'm afraid.
I'm too angry.
Just a 9. There's something niggling, but I can't quite.
There is something niggling. That's the thing. This is places that matter to you, but it's the best you've got is it's not just places that matter to you, it's places you remember best.
Hazel, let me run something by you. I know. Try to. I'm both. I need your feedback, but also refocus. We're going to places that are important to us. We are in an area that is cut off from the gods. We've been to a few of those types of areas, especially places where the rules were changed on quick, like these are. And at the same time, these are places that feature prominently in our memories.
Does Hazel want to give me a wisdom check to try to piece these things together?
It's like nat 20. Nice.
And this is the point where Hazel can more or less interrupt because this has to be black shit related, but you're not feeling any attempts at corruption, so it's trying something more subtle now. It's looking into your memories and seeing what can be exploited, how best to corrupt, and it's adding things to itself, to its view of the world it wants to make. It's the meme trying to find form.
Okay, I know that gling in your eyes there,
And I mean,
Hazel. What do you got?
you know this one. You know this one, Smeagol. Don't stop. More words, please. More memories.
Just gonna look sort of around. You want a view, do you? Do you?
It's not answering you.
Come on out with it. Tell the fucking truth.
Give me a persuasion check, just for the hell of it.
Please.
19.
But the places you've been are so interesting. From everywhere and nowhere all at once.
Arvin's blood just does that feeling of, and he's just looking at Hazel, going,
Actually, give me a con save.
"Okay,
If you're that bad, you're at risk of fainting.
well, yeah, that's fair." Con save.
I've had that happen to me before.
17.
Yeah, you
I go cold and
you have
get a little spot in the vision, but I'm
you
like,
stagger a bit, but it's like no, oh fuck.
Hazel, what? Wait, let me say that again. What? That's more to the point.
To be fair, you're hearing this too.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I'm like, what? Okay, what was that? And what are you talking about? I mean, I kind of think I know what that was, but what are you talking about? I know that look in your face.
So that line, it actually said that?
Yeah.
The liquid blasphemy is trying new bullshit.
Oh,
It's
so
looking at our memories.
instead of
I
physical,
don't exactly know how to shut you out, but I do know what to do to you when I find you.
twist, it's idea memory twist. Gotcha. Okay, but what do we do about that? How the hell do we get out of here? Is the question. Okay, I understand what.
Out somehow. Or burn our way through.
Well,
That might be a little bit of a problem right now. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll be done eventually.
here's a thought. Leaning into Hazel. They can probably hear me anyway, and this leaning in is probably pointless, but you know what? Screw it, we do it anyway. How's your memory of where we were when we came in here?
I've already had that.
Wasn't talking to you.
Doesn't matter, it's listening.
I know. Present. Let me think.
I have a thought. How, I know this thing corrupts deities, but what if I were to think of, I don't know, the music box tune?
You don't know the tune.
If there was, or just the box?
Darvin would know you'd need the tune, and you don't remember it well enough.
Yeah, I just want to think of the box, period.
Darwin
If
doesn't?
this thing wants something to think of, it's gonna get just a wall of box.
Yeah, the thing is, you weren't really thinking of home when you came in here either, so basically you're still standing on Darvin's old lawn. More words, please.
Oh boy.
I'll give you guys some time to think.
Please, because I'm at a loss.
I-
Both
I-
in character and out of character.
I understand, and we'll probably get to break after this bit. Yeah, because of the situation in which we find ourselves at this point, it's kind of the plan anyway. But I had a potential other way of dealing with this if Marion could make it, but she can't. So just work with me here. I mean, Ava can't quite bring herself to lead. She gave some basic directions for how she got out. But she's been kind of peeking into doors and not saying anything, not making a terrible lot of noise. And honestly, you don't even notice that she's no longer there until you notice that the light from Gleam has stopped being a thing. You can still see because dark vision, but there's not that light behind you anymore.
Ava? Ava?
No response.
Fuck.
You have, on the other hand, got to the sort of secret exit that she'd been telling you about, which is not really a full-size door. It's sort of it looks like it's sort of been hidden to look like a cupboard.
Just as a question, we've established that Clarity has been to Cedar Grove and has stolen from people in Cedar Grove. Does any of this look familiar?
Hand of Fate. No. But because the Hand of Fate is absolutely ridiculous, the only reason that you did not steal from it is because when you went to go and raid their library, the place was on fire.
That's fair.
So it really was just like, I've heard great things about the... okay, I'm not getting involved in that. And now you're walking into what must have actually happened.
Playing some things. Well, I guess I just go this way.
This way being
Through the secret door.
you go in through the secret door, and not even for a second, not even dark vision can really help, because the door is not meant to stay open, so it kind of swings shut behind you. Open a door on the other side, and you're not on a lawn. You remember this cupboard being a lot bigger when you were very small.
Holy shit.
You also remember the kitchen that you came out in being a lot less destroyed.
Pushing open the cupboard door and looking around very carefully before coming out.
Yeah, this is the first house. You don't have very clear memories of this first house, but you weren't really paying much attention to what it looked like when you came out of it again with your parents gone. But apparently what little is lurking at the back of your memory is ransacked.
Like this? Hello?
Perception check.
Perception?
Yep.
Okay. There it is. 13.
Yeah, as the echoes of your voice die down, you hear very faint from what must have been in the front room, a creak and what might be a drip, drip, drip.
That's not good. Do I have an understanding of what's going on with me right now? And
You have not made any kind of roll. You have just
Clarity's like, this can't be real, and was trying to suss out what's going on.
okay. I mean, make me an Arcana check.
32.
Yeah, this black sludge is supposed to be an extraplanar meme entity. It's trying to get more shape. It's trying to get more information. And it's not corrupting you. You could very much tell that. You remember what the fog felt like in open wounds, and it's nothing like that. But apparently it's picking up whatever lingers in the memory. You're seeing things that you don't remember remembering, but that doesn't stop an entity of pure thought. And sludge, you know.
Are there any doors besides the one towards which the dripping sound is coming from?
No, you didn't really have a back door in this particular house. So it's basically you go from the kitchen to the front room to the front door.
Are there windows?
There are windows. It looks like night, but weirdly, no stars, no moon, very faint glow, but not the cloudy sky kind of thing. It's just the night sky is full of nothing.
I'm gonna try to go out a window.
Okay. Your perception check isn't that bad. You don't want to do that because your windows are sealed with black gunk.
Okay.
I mean, you don't know if touching it would make things worse, but it's not a test you probably want to do. Probably. I don't know. I'm not the boss of you.
I'm gonna feel around inside the cupboard just in case. Like, can I go back the way I came?
Nope. You're getting jars of what probably were supposed to be preserves, but you really don't remember your mother having preserved eyeballs.
Probably not dinner. Uh, it seems you want me to go this way. I'm gonna go this way. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just peek around the door.
Yeah, peeking is whatever is setting this up is a masterful stage designer, because the creaking appears to be. I'm gonna roll a hand of fate and see what we get here. Yeah, no, you're smart enough and retain enough memory, particularly with this kind of catalyst, to recognize that human gentleman as your father, your birth father, hanging from the sort of chandelier sconce. The tiefling woman, who you vaguely remember as your birth mother, has been nailed to the opposite wall in several places, and the drip, drip, drip is her blood. You probably really did not want to remember having seen this, but you probably did.
I think I know why I repressed that memory. Fuck. I hope whatever happened to you, you're in a better place now. Excuse me, Mum, Dad. I'm gonna walk past, and her eyes just sort of linger on them way too long, and just sort of walks past
To
try to go to a door.
Yeah, well, the front door is there. The front door opens. Are you peeking or stepping?
I'm gonna peek through every door because I don't want to step through anything that's especially hinky.
Unfortunately, if it's someplace it doesn't want you to know what is on the other side of, you just get black.
Why are you gonna be a piece of shit about this? And you go through the door.
At which point, in the darkness, because it stays dark at that point, another horrifically familiar voice says, "Because this particular entity is a bit of an asshole, Brienne." Henry.
Is he in front of me?
You can't see it.
Or just-
You can't see it at this stage.
It's just dark.
Yep.
Are you real?
What is real?
All right. Where are we?
Someplace out of the flow.
I guess, how are you would be a stupid question.
That depends on what you're talking to.
Regardless, it's good to hear your voice.
But it also isn't.
Yeah. I mean, why else would you be here?
Because I had a very, very stubborn little sister once.
I'm still stubborn. I'm still your little sister.
Yes. But only because no. Your friend sends regards? One of her spearmen got a spear all the way through, but this didn't quite get all the way through, if you see what I mean.
Are you stuck like this?
Not anymore. Because of how I went. Because of who sent me on my way. You have what the others don't. You have a hook to outside. If you have a thing that I can hide in, I can imagine you might not necessarily want to trust me, or you do, but you know it's maybe not a good idea. You've always been the smarter of us. But if you think it's worth the risk, I can be in that, and the next door you find will be your way out. And if you can find your girlfriend?
Yeah, I have one of those.
She and her god squad might be able to get me someplace a little bit better as an afterlife than this. It was all your patron could give you. And I guess it came at a really good time. You can make me an insight check, by the way.
Yeah. I was about to ask if I
had a feeling, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to make the assumption.
Yeah. 18?
It's enough. You've heard Henry lie to the Thatchers so many times. This is there are always two things with Henry. It's you have to believe me, even though I'm telling the worst possible lie. And I know you're probably not going to believe me, but when he was actually trying to explain the truth about something. That was always his thing. It's the very fact that he sounds less desperately trying to convince you that convinces you.
What have I got? Hey, what can you get in?
It's not like I take up any space. I can there's a word that I don't know, imbue something that it's not like I have to be put in a box. I don't know if you have boxes. Do you just carry around boxes randomly?
Boxes so much. I've got books. She smiles to herself despite everything and pulls out a large lollipop. I was saving this for you.
Well, now I guess I get to enjoy it in a very different way than you thought, didn't I?
Yeah, but
I was a terrible influence on you.
we were terrible influences on each other, and I think my patron would appreciate this. So,
And there's nothing tactile here, but you just get thanks, sis. And a moment later, there's a feeling of nobody is sharing the space with you, and when the head of your large lollipop lights up, you're in the corridor between your room and Henry's. The door to Henry's room is sealed up with the black yuck. Yours is fine.
didn't think I'd be back here. Ever. I look around just to see if there's anything else of note besides the black shit on Henry's door.
No, your parents' door is sealed the same way. That seems to be more a function of this is where you're supposed to go than anything else. Because, asshole.
Yeah. Hopefully when I get you back to them, it'll be nicer. And I'll push through to my room.
Except it's not your room that you push through. You end up coming out of the same door that you and Ava went into in the first place.
Okay. Are you still in there?
Lights up very, very faintly. Not apparently here there's no conduit to let him talk to you, but you can just give a little extra glitter to the sugar, And since we're about break time, we'll leave Clarity in the currently empty courtyard of the city, and we'll go back to other people, trying to get them out of wherever the hell they are after we've had our break. And we're back with at least one of our number being more or less free from the mess and into the more reality-based mess. Let's go back to Farida, Rylan, and Alice, who were tracking Barnabas and Remy. They find the door that Remy had opened, and Alice kind of peeks it open. It looks like they walked past here, but doesn't look like they went in. It's some kind of office, I think.
So if they walked past here...
Yeah, and they stopped, opened the door a bit, and then apparently decided no and kept going that way. I guess we keep going that way.
Yeah. That's...
Yep. And on they walk into a particularly shadowy patch where Ryland and Alice's dark vision net them absolutely nothing. And I would like Barnabas and Remy to make me a perception check. Yeah, it makes sense that it's Remy that, as she's getting to the point where Barnabas is stopping them to go, okay, here's where we have to be quiet, that Remy hears faintly, because Barnabas can't hear it at all, the sound of Alice screaming. And yeah,
Remy,
you
world about.
guys hear a thump and just absolute agony shriek.
Remy runs in that direction.
Yeah, back the way you came, actually.
What the? There's a split second of what, and then Barnabas just immediately goes after him.
Okay. Yeah. The dark kind of lifts as that is going on, and you guys can. Faraday and Rylan is the one looking at Alice like, "What the fuck just happened?" Faraday, who tends to have a look around her more often. This is not underground Baronsvere. This is not Egref, but that's the closest thing you can get. There's this big conglomeration of Egref-ish looking sort of tubes and weird shit over there. Almost like a city of pipes and waterworks, and you don't even know. And there is that faint smell of the not right honey in the air. Yeah, Alice does stop screaming, but we've got effectively down to whimpers. She is deathly pale. And clearly in an extreme amount of pain for no apparent reason.
We have to go now.
She's not moving, and then you hear footsteps and Remy and footsteps and hoof. That's not Legolas, who's just going Merk, Merk, nudging at Alice with nose. And yeah, Remy and Barnabas get back to the alleyway they started in, and you've got Rylan, Faraday, a slightly uncomfortable looking but very concerned looking also Legolas, and Alice, who seems to be struggling to breathe at this point.
Remy runs up to Alice.
Yeah, she's beyond noticing much of anything right now.
Oh shit!
What happened?
Fuck. No,
We got here in this.
We were trying to find you guys to try and get everybody back together, and then all of a sudden she's just down,
and that's when you notice that you're not in the Drow City anymore. And Barnabas, you're the intelligent one. Remy's doesn't have a connection to her gods anymore.
Oh shit! Okay, all right. We're in a pocket dimension. Apparently, we're cut off from the gods, and that's would explain why I guess Alice is in an immense amount of pain right now. Oh shit!
How the fuck did we get back?
We were trying to find that out when you showed up.
Yeah. Is there another way to the library? We can't exactly sneak.
At which point Legolas looks up from where Alice is, stretches the wings, and is just.
There's 4 of us, Legolas.
Well, technically, there's 5 of you, but
5.
But also, Barnabas, you are the intelligent one. If you don't take all of you at once, you can take 2 trips.
Yeah, we can do 2 trips to do it if we don't take everybody.
Okay. Barnabas, take these 2 so you can show Legolas the way if that's not too much. If you then reconsiders this, probably not too much weight for Legolas, so show Legolas the way to the library, then he can come back for me and Alice.
Gotcha.
Legolas does not look impressed at having to leave Alice, but does seem to understand that needs must. At least she's not making noise anymore. So that's something.
Better!
Just saying,
Okay.
you could probably at least go airborne without having, Comet of Shrieks, So I'm assuming all aboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you've never really seen the 5th Precinct from the air. This isn't really what you expected it to look like from the air, not least of which you were right. The water coming down from the blister coils isn't. And those quadrupedal stilt-legged things are schlepping around through Zonot 7. Some bits of the blister coils are black and oozing from cracks in various of the pipes. And the Ismeri Library doesn't look too bad when you land. It's just you're not used to not seeing scholars everywhere. And
Well, Barnabas is in full crisis management mode as soon as they land. It's like, all right, you two, follow me inside. Legs, go get them.
and we'll deal with Remy and Alice for the moment. What is Remy doing? It's not, because currently she is alone with possibly still conscious, but you're not really sure, wife.
Checking over Alice for a moment and then standing up with their sword and shields to keep watch.
Can I point out where you got?
Okay, yep, that is a good point. If she can't summon the sword,
so it's like you try to summon the sword out of sheer instinct, and it's like, oh fuck.
Yep. This is the worst. She'll still stand defensively, but look to shadowy corners.
Yeah. It apparently takes quite a bit of effort, but Alice does manage to not hold one of her scimitars out to Remy. She can't quite manage that, but she does manage to get it, out of her belt and hand trembling, and sort of drops it at her feet. That's about all she can manage.
Don't move. We're gonna be okay. She will pick up the sword.
Yeah, she's not thinking very clearly. On you, it's very, very light. It's not attuned to you.
Mm-hmm.
But she's trying. And yeah, Legolas comes back and very worried look at Remy.
Remy will very carefully gather Alice up and sling her over.
Yeah, she's going to have a minor hard time mounting because she's very, very short.
Yeah.
Actually, you're going to have to give me an athletics check for mounting the oversized dire moose. It's a struggle and a scramble, and you're pretty sure you kicked Legolas in the ribs once.
Sorry, Legolas. Pull some fur. I'll get you a treat afterwards.
And Legolas just sort of gives this and flies off. And you're seeing the same thing. This is like a more serious version of Egref if it was completely covered in ooze. Yeah, and land by the not overly bad looking library.
Okay, let's get off the straight legs. Shoot.
That leaves if Remy tries to move Alice, you get the threat of teeth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's very fair. Just
Sort of butts the door open. You guys wind up. Barnabas has been in the Ismeri Library. It doesn't look right either. A lot of those shelves are empty. Some of those books don't look quite right. There is actually light in here, not much, but a little bit, and some of the leather, some of those books are bound in not like pig or cow or leather of any livestock description. You don't really want to look too close at that. Perception check for you three while you're waiting for these two to turn back up. Rylan is freaking out. Faraday is like, ooh, library. I shouldn't really want to look too closely at those books, but books. Barnabas is like, okay, there's lights, but they're further back that way, and I'm not seeing anything, but that sounds like it might be pages turning, but you don't get very far along that thought before Legolas poof into the door. Alice kind of draped over his back, and Remy looking harried and apologetic.
mm,
All right. This is very not right, but there's something this way. I can hear it.
okay. Let's go that way.
Okay, you go that way? Just making sure from everybody? Yeah, because Rylan is currently just being like, what do you mean pocket dimension? What the fuck? And also the shadows feel very, very wrong. You remember the feeling of wrong shadows?
Yeah.
Yeah, and all of them. These shadows are not your friends. And they're everywhere because the lighting in here is shit.
Mhm.
You don't really want to
Surrounded
think
by
about what
people.
Jefferson would look like if you summoned him out of one of these. Yeah, are you... I'd say, are you attempting to sneak, but you have a large white dire moose.
There is no such thing as stealth here.
That's fair.
It is a dire moose.
You continue along into the library that looks increasingly wrong to Barnabas. He liked this library, and now it's... whatever this shit is turning it into something he really doesn't like. And you get to one of the reading areas, if you like. And there is an individual sitting there. Robed and hooded, you're not getting features of any kind. You are getting cup of tea, which is entirely against the rules in this particular part of the library, and book. And apparently reading, and not really paying any attention to you.
You there?
Ah. That's all you're getting. You look up and,
Can we see under the hood
Nope.
when he looks up?
no, lighting is bad, and it's basically designed to not be seen into unless you get really, really close
Fair
or
enough.
you want to.
Definitely not getting close yet.
Who the hells are you?
Not your enemy.
Then what are you doing here?
Holds up the book. Why are you here?
Because we're trapped in a nightmarish demiplane?
What he said, she said.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is a bit of a bitch.
Yeah.
Would you know anything about this, or should we just move on our merry way?
Some. Sorry, it's been a while since people.
How long exactly is a while?
Not really sure. Time is weird here. And if it helps, I'm pretty much stuck. I um sorry, I have not spoken this many. I didn't even speak this many words when I was alive.
Well, we need to get unstuck from here.
That's
What do you mean, when you were alive?
I should figure that would be fairly obvious. I died.
And how did you get here?
I don't know. I have a feeling that afterlife is got a little bit twisted in Star Coast.
Oh, jeez.
At which point it pushes the hood back because obviously I'm not getting anything out of you until you see something other than hood. It just felt right. I don't like looking at this place. It's weird. What we're getting is a half orc of indeterminate gender. None of you have met this person. Although Barnabas is fairly intelligent and it was fairly recent for Remy. So you might recognize half orc, Star Coast, doesn't talk much, no discernible Is this Petunia?
Is your name Petunia by any chance?
Was, yeah.
Your mic didn't pick up this.
Oh,
No.
was, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, some of us were at Star Coast, and we killed a very large, very horrible creature there.
Yeah, I gathered. You're why my soul got out of the flowers.
Yes, but your soul shouldn't be here.
No, and I'd really like it not to be. Hence, book.
Did always look the same outside? Because Barnabas says this is his world from his memory,
No, it's...
but you've been here.
Yeah, but I haven't been here the whole time. Or at least not what here looked like. This place is not exactly making a lot of sense most of the time. It looked like the Undercity for a while. Then it looked like some other places that I have no idea about. Deserty kinds of places mostly.
Okay.
And just recently I wound up in Giant Library. So I thought, books.
Fair enough. But
Why do you have a person with wings on a moose with wings?
she is an Asimar, and we're cut off from the gods, and that's probably, definitely not
Horrible.
good. And he doesn't normally have wings, but that's not a concern.
You have very interesting ideas of what is not concerning.
It's not a problem. We need to get out of here.
I gathered that. Mostly what I'm getting is we need to get... Does anybody make sense? Because you're stressed out right to hell.
Okay.
At this point, sense is overrated.
Okay. Wait a minute. How come I have to give you my name and I know squat about you?
Rylan. My name
Remy
is Rylan.
Crestwind.
Barnabas Stumplefink.
That one.
Oh.
Jared, of Rhyme.
I tripped over a book when I first got here. Your name on the sign-out card.
Really?
Yeah, it occurs to you that, that's probably about 2 years overdue.
Well, if the librarians really want to make a big deal about it, they can come and get me.
I wouldn't tempt that here.
It might be another way to get home if they're that angry about it, so I'm not going to knock it.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
no, wait. Before we get into you, Sir Stressy Pants, I wouldn't. I get wanting to go home. Trust me, I don't want to be stuck in rotating scenery either. But if you mean to the place that this is an echo of, it knows you now.
Oh, son of a...
I don't know if it works the same for souls. Don't think so. I don't think anything notices me here.
That's...
But you probably don't want to take the thought of it to a place where the thought of it... do you have this shit in the real of this place?
No.
Do you want it?
No. Not.
Just saying.
Not.
It's a thought thing. This whatever the fuck it is. As for getting home, well, far as I'm able to get, this place is looking for form, shape. It's getting it from people's internal geography.
Did we think about the place we were at in the material world?
It would just take it. It already has that place, I think.
Okay, so we need... If there's a way I can contacting the divinity from this place probably isn't a good idea, even if there wasn't the shield, because thoughts. But I don't know how else we can get out of here without outside help.
Well, I mean, there's books. I don't know if any of them say anything sensible, but I mean, it's... You roll 20s at the dumbest possible times. I mean, it's making you walk through the memories. what if you didn't make them walk you through them? What if you just thought something real hard? It's not going to actually change the place, I don't think. Because it couldn't be in this... In the real version of this place, this stuff cannot be. Yes?
Yes.
So you just each offer it something real hard. Maybe then they'll let you go.
Offer what, though?
A memory of a
Memory.
place? You don't have to. We're already here.
It can't hurt to try.
I guess not.
Is that one going to be able to? Gesturing in an Alice word direction.
No, I don't think she's able to do anything right now, and she probably shouldn't strain herself trying.
But if she doesn't offer a thing, then how? Faraday, make me an intelligence check. Any of the rest of you who want to can do the same. Remy is just not having a good day.
Nope. Very bad.
It's
No,
it's Rylan. It's Rylan who thinks of it. Most of your
Panic brain.
but Rylan's the first one who comes up with it. Barnabas and Faraday not far behind, but it's Rylan who gets the first statement of, okay, your healing and your healing come from the gods. Healing potions come from herb lore. Do we have one of those? Would that give her enough to at least be able to think of something? Would that work? You think probably. You two don't know. And Remy just has no idea at this point. So, Rylan, it's over to you.
Potions, herbs, something.
What?
Getting your partner to not be more dead.
Okay, yes, potions. I have
I've
a
got
potion.
some.
Worth a shot.
Remy will
It'll at least buy us time until we can get the hell out of here, right?
fumble Alice out of the saddle and onto the floor.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to need another athletics check for that. Because she is not helping you. Yep, no, this is your wife. You're being careful. A bit of a bugger with the wings, but you managed not to crush anything.
Awkward.
Okay, she out of the saddle and basically on the floor. She's breathing, just.
Remy will take one of her greater healing potions.
So that's 4.
I will say, I need you to drink, okay?
Yeah, you can just pour it down her throat, conscious or not. You've done it before. You can do it again. So that's 4d4 plus 4. Do you want to roll that? Yeah, you get a bit of coughing and sputtering, a fluttering of the eyelids, and a desperately trying to stay conscious. What the fuck?
I know. You might have half a plan.
Barnabas, Faraday, you don't have time for her to go easy. You just need to tell her to think of the thing.
Yeah, no, don't. We don't have time. Before you're overwrought with pain again, you need to think of a place, a memory to offer up to this
Something.
place.
I'll ask for an explanation later.
Think of a place.
Yeah, well, that's... She appears to be doing it. You can't really tell by looking. Okay, Rylan, what are you offering up?
If we're naming somewhere specific, probably the makeshift. Oh God, what's the word? I'm blanking on a word. The thing. Why can't my brain do words when I need it to words?
Yeah, we'll let you think. Remy, where are you offering?
The desert of Almaver.
Okay. Faraday.
Gonna try basically home before her death there.
Yeah, you... And all of you hear it when I already have that one.
Giving it channels somewhere, aren't we?
I already have that one.
Oh, where else can I?
To be fair, your experience is fairly limited. It was home, hearth home, and egg ref. Effectively.
Basically gonna be Agrif then, I think.
This is all you get. Rylan, do you have the word now?
The word I was looking for was graveyard.
I had a
in
feeling, but
particular. Yeah. You know the one.
I already have that one. This is the first you're hearing of this.
You already have.
You guys see Rylan stopping. You don't have time.
I guess I'm just in the panic. I guess just default to thinking of home, but they probably already have that too. God,
They don't quite, apparently. Is all you get. The next door you take, says Petunia, should get you out of here.
What about you?
I mean, I'm not making any assumptions of what you want to do. I don't even know if you trust what I am. And
Well-
if anybody wants to make an insight check, then by all
I
means.
do, yeah.
Yeah, for Rylan, it's... This individual was right about this. As far as you can tell, anyway. And they certainly don't seem to be corrupted. This thing has the voice of... It's almost a child with trading cards. You know, I already have that one. this individual has the voice of, I have spent way too long being protective of the young and the idiotic. So, hand of fate. Christ, what is it with you right now? Rylan, who's, lived near that graveyard, and has probably talked to a few people about it, just on the basis of how Rylan came to be what Rylan is. This is a soul. You don't have to walk out with this individual. They could just cling to something, preferably not something magically potent already, but it could just infuse something.
Wait, if you're a soul, couldn't you just hold on to something? Or cling on to something, I guess? Maybe one of us could walk out effectively with you?
Possible. I mean, what do you have in mind? No. Can't.
No, I know. I'm just.
Theoretically, if they're not going to stay that long, you have a scarf.
I have this. Just gesture.
It reaches out, touch, oof, gone. So probably in the scarf. A little hard to tell.
Okay. Okay, let's go. Where's the
Works
door?
for me. Get out of here.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything preventing you using the door you came in through. They bet you're going to have to haul Alice across Legolas's back again because she out.
Barnabas, give me a hand.
He's already helping.
Yep. No, you don't.
You're
really
a lot
need
taller.
You don't really need to make a roll when. And so, to the doors, and please let the hand of fate be kind to me again. That's three. No, that's three in a row. Just tempting fate here. Okay, I feel a little better. Alice doesn't, but I'm sorry, but that's three in a row. I know I'm weird with my dice, but this is okay. You're not just rolling 20s. What? Yeah. You burst out of those doors, out of apparently the door to this office that you went past the first time. I'll say hasn't moved. Although you can feel your connections to Tritherion and Ziriel again.
Is it over?
Remy just rushes to pull Alice from the saddle again.
I hope Barnabas is helping because I don't want to make her roll again.
Obviously.
No, she's still out. I mean, she's breathing. She's just out.
Remy will give her lesser restoration just to make herself feel better.
Yeah, it doesn't help. This isn't one of those status ailments. Although Clarity does hear clatter of minotaur hooves, moose hooves, and stressed out Remy.
Mm-hmm.
'Oh, 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 ' Barnabas?
Back in the direction of the town center is where you're hearing Clarity's voice from.
Clarity? Oh, thank. Oof. Okay.
I don't want to leave. I lost Ava.
Oh,
Uh,
get over here!
And from Alice's flitty bag, it's a very quiet peek. What part of she doesn't want to move don't you
No.
get?
Let's
It's-
go to her.
keep making noise. We'll come to you.
Okay. Okay.
And back, Alice drapes back up. This is just not going to be fun for anybody. So yeah, these guys come out of a side street. They've apparently found Farradet, Ryland, and Alice, who does not look well.
Fuck. You can see that Clarity has been just sort of like silently crying, but is looking around. What happened?
Trapped in a demi-plane. We're okay now.
Yeah.
Mostly, where's Ava?
I don't know. She was with me 1 minute, and then the next she was gone, and I was by myself. And it's hard to explain, but my brother is in a lollipop.
Hey.
Well,
Oh,
apparently we've got somebody named Petunia in Ryland's scarf, so I think we know what you're getting at.
Petunia! Hi!
I just like take one of the ends of the scarf and like.
I don't know how to find her. I think she's still trapped in there.
Oh, jeez.
And I haven't seen Hazel or Darwin.
Oh.
Hazel?
Nope.
Fuck. I don't. Wait. Can we do something? Does she need healing? Do we have? I have a potion. Another potion. You guys have.
I gave her a potion. I think Remy goes to take a somewhat more thorough look over Alice.
Okay. You're not proficient, and this is going to be absurd. But give me a medicine check at disadvantage.
Oh,
This is going to be absurd. Yeah, there's nothing physically wrong with her. This is... I mean, you don't really know what this is beyond nothing God touched was supposed to be in there.
I think
maybe shock, maybe... You don't know.
we need to get her out of here, back in sunlight. I think it's something more spiritual. The demi-plane, it was blocking the divine.
Makes sense. I'm no good with this stuff, but I take off my charm bracelet and put it on Alice, and it has all the gods on it. And
Yeah, no, but I mean, it doesn't help that she already jingles.
you just hold on to that, and maybe we pray really hard.
Speaking of, we'll leave you guys having your minor panic, and we'll deal with Darwin and Hazel, who apparently just wants to kill something.
Frenzy.
Right. Well, we wandered down the track of your memories, and apparently we're wandering down the track of mine.
Both of ours. I'm surprised the knife-eared bitch isn't here.
Yeah, well, the night is still young. Come on, and I'll start heading in the direction of the manor. I need you because I'm only operating under like what I can remember and make out. You can actually see.
Towards door.
Hey, the door is there. It does not seem to be blocked by anything.
Oops.
Bracing myself.
Oh, yeah, Hazel boots the door
Okay.
open. But your entry hole is not on the other side of that door. You're in something that's actually not a memory of either of you that you can tell. It's some form of dungeon. Not the one you guys were locked up in.
Okay, that's different.
In a far corner, there's a really battered looking individual chained to a wall. It depends on how close you're getting, and Darvin can't see much of anything beyond, I think there's a person there.
I think that lump is.
Yeah,
Start
at the cell on the far end. As you get closer, Darvin really can't make out much more than humanoid. The hair is long, ratty, knotted in dozens of places. But it was probably a shade of red at some point. The ears are pointed. The face is a little like yours. And I want you to make me a wisdom check, Hazel.
The whole time I'm watching Hazel's face because I can actually see Hazel's face rather than the person.
11?
It looks like the knife-eared bitch, but not like the knife-eared bitch.
Hell?
What is it?
Hang on. Come on. I'm just gonna walk in that direction closer.
Okay. I'll follow a few steps behind.
Yeah, looks up at your approach. Oh. The voice is almost like the Lady Amavela, but obviously a lot weaker and kinder than either of you have ever heard it before. You're still alive. What did they name you?
Lean a bit closer. Sorry. A little bit of sort of a baffled, like, did I just actually hear that?
She's just... Or am I hallucinating again? That happens sometimes.
No,
Medical once over.
Medicine check.
$16.
This isn't a physical body, but it's somebody still attached to a physical body. They're alive in a way that nothing else here has been, but... Hand of fate. Yeah, it's like this one's accessing this place from a dream. And that dream means that her current physical state reflects the physical state she's in the real And given the look of her, that can't be Lady Amavela. But twins exist.
Is your sister the one running the Elven Wild?
She actually...
Sorry, I can't
yeah.
hear your...
It's you probably wouldn't, so that would be in character. I shouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I've been down here since about a month before you were born. I'm just glad she stuck with the lie long enough to... strong enough to not kill blood. What did they name you? I didn't hear that.
They didn't name me anything. I didn't get a name until I got sent to the Hearth Hearts.
She starts to cry. I am so sorry. There was nothing I could do.
That's all right. That's entirely all right.
You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, well, kind of am.
We have been trying to figure out how to get out.
I think you've seen enough. I think you've given enough. I think you can go. I think. That's kind of rare for me these days, but I can't.
Can we help you?
I'm not really here. I'm...
He's not. He's still alive, but not.
I'm not where I should be either.
But you're not dead.
No.
You're not to find a point on it.
No.
Okay. Okay. Can we help you get out of here?
No. Not until I get out of there.
Can you... Is there any way you can tell us where there is?
A castle. That's all I know.
Okay.
Now go before this place gets claws any further into you. But the Hearth Hearts, what did they name you?
Hazel.
At least they gave you a pretty name. I would have gone for Willow, but you're more of a Hazel anyway. Stronger. Less liable to bend.
Hazel's done really well. If that helps to know.
Since I know this is probably not physical, I'm just gonna hug her anyway.
She's in a cell. You can't get into the cell.
Like if I can even reach through bar.
This one's a dex check.
Can I help steady Hazel when she does this?
No, because that would take up room if she's trying to lean.
Understood. That's fair. Worth an ask.
It's
Oh boy.
Clang, and you kind of have to unwedge yourself from the bars because chest plate. It's all
geez.
right. Please, I don't want this place to hurt you more.
And I'm looking around
Oh,
as best I can for...
There's the door you came in through.
Oh.
Finding you one way or another. We're getting you out.
Yes,
I'm
agreed.
going to haul ass.
Okay, and you guys in the center of town. They don't come out through the indoor they went in through. They come out a largish, slightly more ornate building that was probably their shrine temple building, and all of a sudden, wham! Out these two come into the square where you've got Clarity, Barnabas, Remy, Farida, Rylan, Legolas, and on the floor, Alice.
Oh, thank Paylor.
Hugging Clarity quickly,
Oh, thank
and
goodness.
then checking Alice.
And you're welcome to make a medicine check, but
24.
there's nothing physically wrong with her, and given that you had your connection to Paylor completely cut off, you don't really know what that does to somebody who's, well, Azamar.
For the shot, I'm going to put a hand on Alice and cast Greater Restoration.
Can you put the spell card up, please? It's not quite that, so no. Honestly, if Remy wants to say her idea for this while Hazel's trying to cast a thing, then
I'm not sure if there's anything we can do. We need to get her back outside, but we're still missing Ava.
Looking around. What?
She was
Clarity?
right next to me, and then she was there, and then she wasn't, and I don't know what happened to her.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There's no blame or anything. Just
No, I know.
I
It's
get it.
just
if you guys.
I'm not leaving here without her.
No.
No, we're not.
No, we split up and that went bad. So no. Okay. Okay. Well, what happened to you guys? I mean, we ended up at Goldendale, and then outside my manor, and then in a dungeon in a castle somewhere.
for Darwin, because you were focusing enough, it wasn't. You were going through memories, yes, but when you were approaching your manor, the strongest thought from any of you was Hazel talking about the knife-eared bitch.
And wait a minute. We were going. Hang on. Sorry. We went through Goldendale. That was memory. We went through Manor. That was memory. Your biggest focus at that point was knife-eared. Yeah, bitch.
Who isn't actually my mother, who apparently replaced her.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Now have about 4 times the reason to kill that bitch.
But that wasn't a memory, is what I'm trying to say. So that's different.
It was and it wasn't.
It was a memory. Well, anyway.
The corruption was making demi-planes out of our memories.
Yeah, well, except didn't.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
Okay.
Collect anyone or run into anyone?
Yeah, we ran into Petunia's soul.
I do the thing again with the
And she's they're possessing Ryland's scarf. I think.
Hi.
Well, at least that sounds familiar to Clarity. So yeah.
Hi, and looking over at Clarity.
As long as there's some place that's not there, I would say that's an improvement.
Only just Clarity.
Yeah. So Petunia, yes, but
Holding the lollipop.
stupid. Meet Henry?
And Kevin just lights up. He's just like, yo!
He's in here.
And
it
Hazel,
can't-
Hazel, this is a job for Hazel.
Oh my goodness, this is so great. In the middle of all of this.
Not the greatest.
No,
He's
but-
dead. He is
Leave.
dead.
I get that we can't leave. Ava is missing. But at the very least, we don't want to be down here precisely.
But we all came out of here. If she's going to come out anywhere, it's going to be down here. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving this place without her.
As
Well, that means
Darvin,
Remy at least should take Alisea.
as Darvin is saying that, and Hazel's about to open her mouth and make suggestions, door to one of the fancier looking houses over in that general direction opens, and Ava just kind of falls out. Whoomp.
Heading over, medical eval.
Yeah, I'll run over.
Medicine check.
22.
Different kind of shock. A bit closer to the. It's somewhere between a faint and that blank that she wound up in the desert. So she can be
panic.
Yeah, she can be moved, but waking her up here is probably a bad idea.
Okay, well, now we can get the heck out of here.
Yes.
And I'll help whomever, or if I'll do it by myself if I have to, carry / drag / whatever I got to do to get her up and out.
But before you get Legolas looking at you like.
Well,
Get
yes,
her,
thank you. And
get her and Alice.
somebody help me get her up on Legolas, please.
And Barnabas just sort of.
Yep.
Thank you.
Remy, you go with your trip 1.
Okay.
Ava, Alice, you.
Barnabas as well, maybe.
Mm.
Rylan.
You can find us back, or you can get back here, right, Legolas?
Mm.
Okay, then yeah, trip 1. Those 3.
Yeah. Thinks about it for a minute. It's more a room on the back thing than anything else, and then just sort of looks over at you all, grabs up the back of Clarity's armor in his teeth, and so yeah, Clarity is sort of dangling from
Then
Moose Mouth. I hope you put the lollipop away.
Pop-Tarts, Legolas.
Well, Legolas is up and away, so. And yeah, how far are you taking Legolas? Just to the top of the. Or are you going all the way out?
I mean,
To where there's like sun.
if Legolas isn't slowing down, Remy's not going to interrupt.
Okay, well, you guys said sun, and
Yep.
so it's sort of more galloping through the corridor because the wings are kind of. There's not that much space in the corridor. It sort of soars you down through the wreckage and puts Clarity down.
Oh,
Thanks.
thank you, Vex.
I am going to be kind and let you take 20, although I am going to roll the hand of fate. Yeah, you manage not to bean yourself in the head with Alice's wings, but it's a close thing. And then, yeah, a few minutes later, you get Legolas back. And before any kind of argument over who is going to be riding, so looks at you guys, but Faraday, Darvin, and then picks up Rylan in his teeth. Basically, he's trying to not leave anybody alone, but having the two larger people in separate trips. So off you guys go, and yeah. Now we roll the hand of fate again. Ava doesn't look like she's set to wake up anytime soon. Alice is, yeah, the ground is cold and snowy, but she didn't much care. But it's sort of the stirring of somebody who's been ill for a while and is not entirely up to full strength, but is at least starting to wake up. So that's something. And that's around where you are when Farada, Darwin, and Rylan dangling from Legolas's mouth. He drops Rylan next to Clarity.
Darwin slides off and goes over to Ava and quickly to, try to at least sit next to her, if nothing else. Try to. I mean, if she's just like laid out on the snow, then he'll put something under her head or try to get her up off the snow somehow as possible.
Yeah, that's fair. And then back for Barnabas and Hazel. Eventually, you all wind up, all together in the snow. And during that period, Hazel is probably thinking, at the very least, while we wait for people to wake up, we should probably do some rites for the dead to let the two souls in Scarf and Lollipop respectively pass on. Seems to be a good place to end the rest of the day. Not to mention thinking as you're soaring along on Legolas, maybe appeals to Paylor will be helpful to the one who was denied her connection to, well, basically everything for probably longer than should have been. So yeah, a few minutes later, these two move.
Thank you, Lex.
Right. Rylan, Clarity, I need the both of you.
Already?
Probably safest.
Yeah.
Sort of unspooling.
Start
scarf.
with Rylan and Petunia, just so you get a little bit more. Right. Let's see about what kind of a right. First, see, set the scarf up, and I'm thinking.
Honestly, all you
use
really
just
need,
incense, or do I?
all you really need to do is say a prayer for the departed. It's the sort of thing that Lyra would have taught you. Sometimes on the battlefield, you don't have the time for the full rites.
So I'm going to add a little bit to this, though, and cast Spiritual Weapon, except the Spiritual Weapon is in the form of a Petunia. And it's going to essentially, it's like a fully grown one, so it's going to plant itself in the middle of the scarf and go through that right first.
Okay. As you finish the rite, as the patterns on Ryland's scarf change just slightly on the edge that he was using to wave for Petunia. There is a little border of petunias just on that edge. But there's less weight to it now. So the soul is gone, but it left a little... Bye.
Arvin just says, "Goodbye, Petunia. Thank you."
Thank you, Petunia.
Hey, Clarity.
I still have so much to tell him.
Hazel, because this is Clarity and this is you, if he goes, one day you can take her to the Stone of Farewell. But can't do that when he's in a lollipop.
You'll be able to. I there's somewhere.
I think
We
they
can
told
go
you.
where-
They told you this story. So when she
Where you
mentioned,
can.
I don't remember.
okay, but yeah,
There's somewhere you can go where you can properly say everything you've wanted to. It's on a farewell. I'll show you.
It's the temple of. It's a temple of Nerul. There's a. I forget the name of the crystal, but there's a spot.
that the name of it literally was the Stone of Farewell, and Faraday remembers it fondly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was on the other end of that.
Clarity, is there anything you want specifically associated?
No. She takes off the jewelry from her horns and just sort of like holds out the lollipop and then drapes the horn jewelry on there. And she says,
A little spiritual weapon stand for it.
and she just
That's
says,
right.
"You always did like them. I'll talk to you later. I'm glad I found you. Go ahead."
Cast, one more cast, and quick last rites, and send him on his way. You walked in the sun as long as you could, and you walk in the sun again.
The horn jewelry spontaneously blooms a couple of more blue flowers.
He takes them and then puts them back on.
And around that point, you're mostly getting. Ava's still apparently needing the rest, but Alice is just. Ah!
Don't sit up.
What the fuck?
I know.
No.
But we're
No,
all
that
okay now.
that was actually a question. I was kind of out of it.
it was a pocket dimension, and everybody
Was
that
cut
had
off
one
from the
was cut off
gods.
from their connection to the gods.
Given yours is probably directly connected to your soul, that
Uh,
would have hurt.
yeah,
So you need to take it easy.
yeah.
Everybody's out. We're all safe. And you did find.
Maybe I should have thought twice before I asked if we ended up lost. We could at least wind up where you were.
No, we did, at least.
Where the fuck were we?
Ravnica.
What?
No.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah,
whoa.
I know. Well, not the. It looked like Ravnica, apparently, but we were
Is
in.
this why you were telling me I had to think of a place?
Yes, Petunia. That was Petunia's suggestion. We met her, and now she's
Them wasn't
where
it?
she's
Wasn't it
supposed
them?
to be. Yes, we, they're where they're supposed to be now, and not trapped in that terrible place. So
They were pocket dimensions that were apparently themed, formed from memories. It was apparently the stuff trying to gain form via a less physical method. And it was necessary to offer up enough for it to work
new
from
places.
to deem it,
It go away.
well, deem it willing to let us out.
Barnabas, Clarity, Hazel. Are you okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry for the pun, but bullshit. I may be
Getting
about
better.
half dead, but I know what combination of angry, grieving, and just plain fed up looks like, even on your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Some
far,
positives, some revelations at least.
Maybe we should save it for when Ava wakes up. But I am going to hear about this.
yes, and that's
Yeah.
what I was
You
going
are.
to suggest.
Meantime, since you don't want me to move, go for my bag of holding and think Frostberry vodka.
Good idea.
I got it specifically for Hazel on an occasion where she might want to chill.
Yes.
Thanks.
I will get that. We're,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's have a drink.
And we'll leave us for the time being at having a calming drink, waiting for Ava to wake up. And when we meet again in 2 weeks' time, we'll deal with Ava's moment and hopefully get moving in a plan word direction.
Oxfordly direction. Yeah, we still need to find the damn thing.
Well, you were closer than you thought, but some people opened some doors and they didn't actually go into the rooms. So what are you gonna do?
Anyway.
Anyway, see you in 2 weeks.